Good morning, dear students, and welcome to geography class. Dear students, we are learning about the water resource of India. Okay, we have learned many things. The need for water resources. Okay, in this video, we are going to learn about the methods of irrigation. So before that, we have to learn the need for irrigation in India. Already we have learned the importance of irrigation. What is the importance of irrigation in India? And we have learned India is essentially an agricultural country. So for the development of agriculture, what is essential? Irrigation facilities are essential. Irrigation. And we all know the duration of our rainy season. Only 4 months, June, July, August, September. And the remaining months we have what we can say very less or no rainfall. So for this fact, we need proper irrigation facilities, not education, Anyway, please remember that. And now in this video, we are going to learn about the need for irrigation in India. After that, we will learn the methods like canal irrigation, tank irrigation, well irrigation, the various methods of irrigation that we will learn. But before that, India experiences a tropical monsoon type of climate. Already we have learned what is tropical monsoon climate, which is unfortunately erratic. So this is the most important feature of the what we can say monsoon, erratic, unreliable, irregular, uncertain and unevenly distributed. These are the various features of the Indian monsoon. Unevenly distributed. It means some regions of our country receives more rainfall, but some other regions are having very less rainfall, uneven distribution of rainfall. These variations of Indian climate make irrigation indispensable for sustained agricultural development. So, what is the need for irrigation? So, you can write the nature of the Indian monsoon. It is erratic, unreliable. We cannot fully depend on this one, which one monsoon. Irregular, sometimes late arrival, sometimes early arrival. And sometimes it would be uncertain. So maybe that no rainfall. These are the features. So because of this, we need irrigation. Need for irrigation. The following reasons justify the need for irrigation. Artificial application of water through irrigation of land. One by one we will learn what is the need for irrigation. Uneven and uncertain distribution of rainfall. Already we have learned uneven. So we know the size of our country. And June, July, August, September we are having rainfall. But many regions are having very less rainfall. Already we have learned the amount of rainfall. Some regions receive more than 200 centimeters rainfall in 1 year. But in some other area it is less than 25 centimeters, uneven distribution of rainfall. The southwest monsoon responsible for 90% of rainfall in India often fails to keep its date. It may strike early or after the scheduled arrival. But each crop has a fixed requirement of water at the right time. So, we know the southwest monsoon. We already learned, From June 1st to June 5th, there is a beginning of the southwest monsoon, a wind that is coming from the Arabian Sea to India. And this wind is very essential because it is a moisture-laden wind. And this moisture-laden wind is providing us rainfall. We know. But after this, what do we can say? This September, less rainfall is there. Then there are large variations in the spatial distribution of rainfall. The amount of rainfall varies from place to place. Whilst areas like Himalaya receives more than 1000 centimeters of rainfall, there are parts of Thar Desert in Rajasthan which receives less than 25 centimeters of rainfall, uneven distributed rainfall. That is why we need we need irrigation facilities. The next reason, the rainfall in India is restricted from June to September except in Tamil Nadu, which receives rains in winter too. Rest of the year, we are in a retreating monsoon. Okay, please remember. Rest of the year is practically dry throughout the country. Okay. Because of all these reasons, irrigation is very, very important. Only about 30% of the cultivated area receives sufficient annual rainfall above 100 centimeters in 1 year, while about 40% receives less than 75 centimeters rainfall. In these areas, crop cannot be grown without irrigation. So this is the reason. There is uneven distribution of rainfall. So the amount of rainfall or a southwest monsoon is not the same everywhere. Some regions are having excess rainfall, but in some other regions it is very less. Because of this reason, irrigation is essential. Okay. Some crops which are grown in winter, rabi crop, for example, this wheat bean, need artificial supply of water when there is hardly any rainfall in most parts. Rainfall during the 4 months is torrential, heavy rainfall, giving very little time to the soil to absorb the rainwater. Thus, most of the surface water goes waste. This has to be compensated by irrigation. We know that what runoff is there. If the land is level, we can say there is very less runoff. If runoff is more, percolation is very less. So percolation is very, very essential for what? Groundwater. Okay, then rainfall is torrential, giving very little time to soil to absorb the water. That is why some crops such as rice, sugarcane, jute, cotton and chilies need more water and hence need to be provided with irrigation. Okay. With supply of water, that is with the proper irrigation, some crops like rice and wheat can be have two growing season in a year. Okay, tank irrigation, well irrigation, canal irrigation are the various types that we are going to learn. Before that, the need for irrigation. Now, methods of irrigation. Different sources and methods of irrigation are used depending on the topography, soils, rainfall, availability of groundwater, nature of rivers and requirement of crops. Okay, now methods of irrigation. First one, canal irrigation. Okay, it is written tank irrigation only. Okay, leave it. So, canal irrigation, you will learn about the two types of canal, and then advantage of canal irrigation, disadvantage of canal irrigation, then tank irrigation, we will learn tank irrigation, and then you will learn about the advantages and the disadvantages of tank irrigation. So before that, canal irrigation. In our country there are many canals. Canals are many canals are canal. For example, the Agra Canal, the Upper Ganga Canal, Rajasthan Canal, Nangal Canal, Mettur Dam Canal, Periyar Project Canal, Tungabhadra Canal, Hirakud, Sirhind Canal. There are many canals in our country. Okay, Upper Ganga Canal, or the Ganga Canal is a canal system that irrigates the Doab region between the Ganga and the Yamuna rivers, constructed from 1842 to 1854. An example, a canal irrigation. Okay. There are many canals in our country, and these canals are irrigating thousands of acres of field in our agriculture field in our country. Canal irrigation. Canal irrigation amounts to about 40% of the total irrigated area in the country. 40 canal. This type of irrigation is more prevalent in northern part of the country where the rivers are perennial and flow through flat terrain. Northern Paino, construction of canal is possible. But in hilly area, this is not possible. Okay, canal construction is not possible. Then, conditions for digging canal. The two main requirements for canal irrigation are low level relief with deep fertile soil. Okay. Then, perennial source of water, that is snow-fed rivers, which may be used for the development of canal irrigation. The water from these rivers is stored by building a dam or a weir across the river. Weir is a low dam built across a river to raise the water level. Weir. And mainly we have what we call two types of canals, inundation canals and perennial canals. Canal irrigation is very important because India is predominantly an agricultural country, and already we have learned about the nature of the Indian monsoon. So because of this nature, so we need irrigation facilities, canal irrigation, canals are there. Okay, inundation canal. These canals are taken out from the rivers without any regulating systems like weirs and barrages at their head to regulate the flow of river. A barrage is usually constructed in the lower course of the river in order to raise the level of water in the river. It helps to irrigate the lower regions. Barrage. Barrage is usually constructed, lower course of the river that can raise the water level in the river. Then it can irrigate acres of land. The canals are taken out from the rivers when they are in flood and there is excess of water. Hence, they are dependent on drainage for supply of water. Inundation canal. Okay. Only the lower level regions can be irrigated by such canals, as once the rainy season is over and floods subside, the level of water falls below the level of canal's head. Such a canal was taken out from river Satluj, which is prone to flood during the rainy season. We know that in order to regulate the floods. So this type of what we can say canals are very essential. For example, Satluj River Basin or Brahmaputra. In Assam, we know that if you are having canals, inundation canal, that can control the flood and also can save acres of agricultural land from the flood. All we will learn advantage of tubewell. Don't worry that subtitles. That we are going to learn. And now advantage of the inundation canal. Canals are easily and cheaply built. They are useful in controlling floods. And disadvantages of this canal. There is uncertainty of water supply. If there is a canal, what is essential? If the canal is able to provide water throughout the year, so certainly there is the growth of agriculture, because water is an essential thing for crops. If the canal has sufficient water throughout the year, so it will help thousands of farmers, especially we know that more than 60% of total population in India are farmers or engaged in agriculture. And then these canals are useful only during floods. Only low land areas can be irrigated. And perennial canals, having water throughout the year, we can say. These canals are useful throughout the year as they draw their water from perennial rivers, artificial lakes, or barrages constructed across the river. Okay, and advantages as these canals serve throughout the year. The agriculture production in the areas or less in the areas of less or uncertain rainfall has increased considerably. One advantage, you know. Okay, as these canals supply water even during hot seasons. Cultivation of some crops can be carried out round the year. One of the most important advantage of this canal. It has water throughout the year, so agriculture is possible throughout the year. Okay. But some disadvantages are also. Problem of salt. Okay. Effervescence. It means bubbles in a liquid due to overflooding of the fields, which make the soil unsuitable for farming. Problem of water logging in case of unlined canals as water soaks into the adjoining areas, turning them into swamps. Okay, unlined canal, lined canal, with what bricks. Okay, so or concrete, unlined canal, lined canal. To save the overflooding, it is necessary to line the canals with the bricks and mortar along the embankments. It is expensive to construct such canals properly. Okay. Then irrigation by canals is more suitable in northern India as compared to the south due to following reasons. North India. Okay, how many canals? Because the rivers of northern plain are perennial as they are snow-fed, whereas the southern India rivers are seasonal. Okay, the surface of the northern plains is flat and soft and hence easy to dig, whilst in the south the region being rocky and difficult to dig. The demand for irrigation is greater in the northern part as this is predominantly an agricultural region where proportion of arable land is highest due to high fertility of soil than other areas of the country. Okay. So listen, we have learned about the canal irrigation. Which area in our country is more important for this irrigation? Or more famous or popular for the irrigation, this type of irrigation. So you can write northern India is very, very popular for canal irrigation because of the perennial rivers are there. Okay, canals are perennial. Okay, and the other areas of well that we may. Okay, please listen. The titles are not a matter. Okay, listen and learn the lesson. Okay, according to my explanation. Today we have learned need for irrigation in India. And then we have learned about the canal irrigation, the two types of canals in our country. Advantages, disadvantages, okay, of the canal irrigation. And the previous question, let me read one question. Okay. The modern means of irrigation are gaining popularity. Question 2019 board have this question. The modern means of irrigation are gaining popularity because give two reasons to justify this statement. We are going to learn about the modern means, okay, and mention two factors that favor the development of tubewell irrigation in Punjab. Tubewell irrigation we are going to learn, and this is highly developed in Punjab. Okay, so you have to give two reasons for that, and give a reason for each of the following. Most of the South Indian states are not suitable for development of canal irrigation. What is the reason for that? Canal irrigation. Areas we are going to learn areas of the canal irrigation. Okay. We will learn about the areas also. Areas. We have learned about the two canals and we already learned now. Northern India is what we can say very famous for canal irrigation than the southern India. What is the reason for that? You know that one, okay, land, the topography, the relief, and then the rivers, no, okay, then there is an urgent need for water conservation that we will learn afterwards. Development of irrigation is essential for the growth of the agriculture sector in India. So what is the reason for this? Okay, in this way we will learn. Okay, you revise the lesson, learn the lesson. Okay, thank you.